Hi, AC. Hi, Sky. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kita. Thank you for coming to Mod. Hi, Outdoorsy Life 88. Hi, Jinjin. Hi, Tennessee Truth 423. Hi, Kintsugi. Hi, Carrie. Thank you for coming. Hi, Ange Carter. Hi, Shay. Melody, Radio Gods. Lisa, Misdemeanor. What a great crew. We're going to have Kitty Cat. Hi, Janet V. Hi, Shorty Small. Hi, Border. Hi, Mimi T. I think because of the arrangement this morning, we may end up with Kitty Cat Entertainment in the background. Hi, Esther. Looks like I better go ahead and plug us in because we're lagging. Hi, J. Marie. Hybrid Pisces. Hi. Look at all these wonderful mods we've got. Hi, Lavina. Good morning. Hi, Cricket. Welcome back. Hi, Linda Dunn. By the way, this is Wang Chang Cheetah Burrito up here. Wang Chang is, hi Bobby. Wang Chang is one of the rescues. Y'all know we're cat rescuers. And he's, not that we're going to talk about cats today, although we could someday. But if he's going to sit there and keep you entertained and distracted, I might as well let you know that while we're waiting on folks to come in and join us, when Wang Chang Cheetah Burrito came to us, he was like literally teeny tiny. And what had happened was he had a ringworm on his tail and his left hind paw. And although he wasn't weaned yet, if you have experience with cats, I'm sure you know where I'm going to go with this. The mama cat didn't abandon him. She was a community cat, and she brought him to a safe area near our barn, left him there knowing that we would find him and take care of him. And she wanted him separate from the rest of the litter because the rest of the litter, which we did eventually end up rescuing, none of them had ringworm. So she was protecting the rest of her litter from the ringworm while ensuring that Wang Chang Cheetah Burrito was in good hands. So, all right. Been saying good morning for like 5 minutes now, so maybe we can all kind of go on. I know many of us just left Scott H's house, so welcome to mine. I'm not seeing any new names so far in my chat. Yeah, radio gods in most cases, or many. I can tell you honestly, as a creator, seeing all those familiar usernames actually gives me as a creator like a comfort zone wherein I can relax in the like-mindedness between myself and y'all. And I love you too, radio gods. And but just in case, hi Nicole. Just quiet, honey. I do that a lot, Nicole. I go to, hi Debbie Z. I go to lots of channels, usually late of the evening after my husband has gone to bed. And I'll just kind of, well, back in the old days, if it was television, we called it channel surfing. With no malintent. Merely if the topic is summer wells, if it's in the title or a hashtag, or a channel that usually will kind of at least touch on her case in some way, I go around and y'all will see, I hope, oh, Sleuth Mom is coming on. Babies, hi Loose Lips, welcome baby. I try so hard to at least not go live when a channel that I want y'all to see goes live. And believe me, Sleuth Mom is a lot more important than me. So it's not going to bother me or hurt my feelings at all if any of you guys want to jump over to Sleuth Mom. She's been dealing with little Harmony, a really sad case. But we're going to talk some more about summer here. But let me get back to, just in case, we may have viewers or they're, oh, I'm glad your mom likes me too, Nicole. Thank you for telling me that. Let's see, what was I saying before I was telling Nicole and her mom? Oh, we never know who's watching that doesn't enter chat, or who doesn't catch us live. Hi, Stop the Madness, welcome, and watches us later. So I always kind of like to give those up front, hey, welcome, and disclaimer kind of stuff. So let's get through that, and then let's proceed with our who, what, when, where, why, how, regarding the Summer Moon Utah Wells case. A little girl who went missing on June the 15th of 2021, we're told, from at or near her home on 110 Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community near Rogersville, Tennessee. Likely sometime in the late afternoon. As best we know, and based on credible evidence from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and their missing child information that you will see our Carrie Bishop dropping and scrolling periodically throughout our live chat here, the description of this little child. And that information comes directly from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, so we know it's reliable. Or at least they consider it to be reliable. At the time, Summer was about 4 feet, about 3 feet tall, and she weighed about 40 pounds. She's what here in the Arkansas hills is called a towhead, meaning her hair is so blonde It's almost transparent. And she has blue eyes. When last seen, the best description her mother, Candace Bly, was able to give in regards to what she was wearing, what Summer was wearing, was a pink shirt and gray pants. Now we have a video that allegedly was shot on the afternoon of June the 15th and uploaded, we believe, at 3:09 p.m. on that day, of Summer in the back seat of her grandmother Candace Harrer's extended cab pickup truck, leaned up against two milk jugs that allegedly were purchased from the Priceless food store just before having dropped off a young man, 15 years of age, named Hunter, who had accompanied Candace Bly, the mother of Summer, Candace Harrer, the grandmother of Summer, and Summer herself throughout the day's errands and activities. Reportedly, the milk was purchased at the Priceless food store just before Hunter was dropped off at his home, where his mother, Allie, and Allie's grandmother, Hunter's great-grandmother, and perhaps Hunter's sister, True, and Hunter's little sister, Bear Bear, were home. Maybe Allie's friend Leslie was there. I don't know who all was there. But the picture, the video, uploaded at 3:09 p.m. on June the 15th, Summer Moon Utah Wells is wearing a pink and gray with piping tracksuit hoodie. The hood is gray. And what appear to be leggings or long-legged gray, heathered gray, dark charcoal heathered gray pants. Now, the reason I go all about that with less conviction than the other information presented regarding Summer herself on that day is because at first her mother, Candace Bly, said she was wearing shorts and maybe a pink t-shirt or maybe a blue t-shirt, but what TBI released was pink shirt and gray pants. Sorry if you start hearing a whirring noise. We have new central heating and furnace, and the furnace just kicked on. So as you noticed in the title, hi Prissy Missy, before we kick into the whens, which I don't think is going to be as complicated as the whats yesterday, or maybe as definitive as the whos last week. If you notice the title, you may have seen when, question mark, 6:30 a.m. dash 6:26 p.m. June 15, 2021. Why did Miss Susan, why did Mama, why did Grandma, why did Nana, why did Lip Lock No More choose that time frame? Well, hi LJ. From what I'm seeing in our chat here, and if I've missed you, I apologize. I'll try to catch up with you here just a little bit. Y'all have jumped ahead. Let me go back to welcoming and disclaimers and trigger warnings, just in case. Welcome to my channel. My name's Susan. The channel is called Lip Locked No More. It's called Lip Locked No More because I am Lip Locked No More. We have a lot of trigger warnings because of what we talk about here. Mostly we talk about the disappearance of Summer Moon Utah Wells. Most of my viewers and I myself are survivors of child sexual abuse, child sex trafficking, familial sex trafficking, incest, rape, domestic violence, domestic abuse, child neglect, and or any combination of all of the above, or they are someone who loves someone like me and most of my viewers. Therefore, we have a couple of rules here. Being a flower child, hippie chick, make love not war, walking in the street, sign carrying, bra burning woman, girl then, of the late 60s, early 70s, working for civil rights, women's rights. If any of you are familiar with the term Stonehenge, and I don't mean the rock circle in the UK, I mean here in the US, there were also those working for gay rights, long before the word gay ever came into the vocabulary. So what I'm trying to say is I don't fucking like rules. But evidently here on the mean streets of YouTube, and am I feeling snarky? Yes, ladybugs and baby dolls, I think you can feel it. Evidently you have to have rules and you have to have mods. Thank God we got good ones. Every single one of them, whether you ever see them on this screen or not. Because we have mods, and the mods you do see know who the other mods are. But we have mods you don't see on this screen. Ain't it a shame we have to have them? Wouldn't it be nice if these mods were able to relax and actually participate in our chat and contribute their ideas, because many of them are creators themselves and have great theories. See, I'm at 20 minutes. Haven't even got to talk about the subject matter yet. but I will if y'all will stick with me. So here are the rules, and then we'll talk about when. Do not bash another creator in my chat room. I am not today going to justify to you why I say that. Except to tell you, because it's my fucking channel and I get to make the rules. If you bash another creator in my chat room, the mods will put you in time out. This is your verbal warning. Your second warning is the time out. You bash another creator again in my chat, the mods will block you permanently. I don't care if you agree with what the other creator has to say. I don't care if you agree with what I have to say. Hopefully you do, or you wouldn't fucking be here. Or perhaps like me, you don't like a thing called confirmation bias. Therefore, you don't keep your nose stuck up the ass of creators who only say what you want to hear. Or that you can go, oh yeah, boy, she's got it right. She's got it going on. Oh my God, I just love her. So just do not bash any creator in my chat. If you don't have something nice to say about another channel, commend them on something, even if you disagree with their ultimate point of view, keep your fucking mouth shut. Okay, there's rule number 1. From she who does not like rules. Rule number 2, because of the aforementioned demographic of my viewers, there are people in here who can seriously be triggered by your fucking bullshit if you come in here stirring up fucking bullshit. I'm not having it. The mods are not having it. And the chat is not having it. Verbal warning, no timeout, anything that a common sense, empathetic, thoughtful, adult human being, compassion toward anybody in any of the categories I have mentioned to you, if you can't be thoughtful enough in this chat to express yourself in a manner that would not trigger another human being with a form of PTSD, I don't want you here. My mods don't want you here. My chat room doesn't want you here. TBI doesn't. Well, actually, TBI and FBI actually does like it when you're here. But of course, they catch all of that before and after the mods block and delete you. Now that we've come to a certain understanding of what my channel is about, what our goal is, and how we intend to achieve the goal, and if you don't understand, here's the goal. Are we going to find Summer? No. Are we going to solve the case? No. Law enforcement is going to solve the case. Law enforcement is working the case. Our goal Our job is to keep talking about summer. And the way we talk about summer is as responsibly as we possibly can. Coffee, Crayons, and Crime, that is the ever permanent, has never been turned off except during a power outage, purple light that has been burning for Summer Moon Utah Wells in my day room since July the 4th of 2021. And what is sitting in front of it is, let me show you what's sitting in front of the purple light. It's a LED strip that I've got curled up, but and just so y'all know, because I have sclerosis and Bob has had 2 strokes and a heart attack, very often I sleep in this room rather than the master bedroom. When you get old, sometimes that's how it is. And I sleep with my head this way, facing that way. So the first thing I see when I open my eyes in the morning are Summer Moon Utah Wells purple lights. But I don't want to get really emotional right now, Miss Justice 1111. Hi, darling. But I want to show you what's sitting in front of it because it is mine and Pawpaw. Me and Pawpaw, Bob. It is our Christmas present from one of our granddaughters who is a delightful and brilliant 16-year-old. This particular granddaughter, I've got 7 granddaughters and one grandson. Our youngest son finally gave us a grandson, and he's the one that turned 5 on June the 15th of 2021. Y'all, them that's been with me, with my channel since the beginning, they understand, they get the heart parts, not just the retired investigative journalist parts of me when it comes to summer. Our baby boy at 30, after the 2 older boys giving us 4 girls and then giving us 2 more girls and then adopting a girl, our baby boy finally had us a grandson. Our grandson's middle name is Moon, and his birthday is June the 15th. He turned 5 on June the 15th, 2021, the day Summer went missing, and she is 5. I was getting, never mind. Let me just show you this and let's get into the win. Our granddaughter, who is an aspiring and already accomplished, award-winning, on display artist and aspiring actress in live theater, and studying really hard to do that in an advanced way. This is what she freehand drew for me and her papa, Bob, for Christmas. Because G-Ma, and that's what she calls me, is G-Ma, loves unicorns. I don't want to leave it up there too long because there are symbols within it that I'm sure some twisted mind on YouTube probably just took screenshots of and will make it into something witchy. But yeah, you may find a Celtic knot in there. You know why? Because I'm fucking Scot. That's why. Along with some other stuff. Let me put it up and let's get on with Alrighty. Is there anybody that I haven't said hi to? Hi, Brown Skittle. Kitsuki. Y'all, anybody in chat that doesn't know what the word Kintsugi? Hi, Amen Flo. Yeah, Celtic Women Unite. The word Kintsugi has such a lovely meaning, and it is not that Kintsugi chose the name because of what, but that name really applies to us in our chat. Hi, Selena Dixon. Hi, Renegade Patriot. Hi, Elena's View. Beverly Wiley. Try not to miss. I just hate it. Hi, Sweetie Peace Tea. Y'all know that Hi, Official Brain Freeze. Y'all have heard me say before, I feel so bad. Hi, Sister Shell. I feel badly if I miss you, Gypsy Girl, Alicia Ann, Jean. In the chat, I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, well, she just ignored me. Honey, it's my vision, it's being old, it's getting on a train of thought. Hi, Becky Rogers. It's being inexperienced doing live streams on YouTube, although, hi, Grand Dragon, I like to think I'm getting better with the New Year's commitment I made, hi, Sandra, to you babies, to pay more attention to your chat. All right. Kintsugi, would you tell Keto Whitley what Kintsugi means? Please, in chat. Okay, y'all get a glance at our full, we have filled up another spiral notebook. You can't see, Becky? Okay, honey. I'm going to put it up here again, but I'm going to go over it. Yeah, talk about being blind, shoot fire. Yeah, I got cataracts. When I went to the Christmas parade, my eye doctor was there, Dr. Sugg, and he gave me the hairy, evil eyeball. because I'm supposed to be going in and get cataract surgery, and now that on YouTube, I don't want to. I mean, what if I go? I don't know what's going to happen. What if I can't? And sit here with them old lady, Janet V, sit here with them old lady black glasses, or not. Plus, all right, why did old lady lip lock? Becky, I'm almost scared too, honey. My mother-in-law, who's, well, I'm not going to tell you exactly. My mother-in-law's in her 80s and is more like the age that an older sister would be to me because my husband is younger than me. And my mother-in-law, half the time I call her sister mama, she said, it's nothing. It's nothing. Just just do it. It's nothing. It's like, it's my eyeballs. Please. Y'all know, I've learned from younger people, you know how I preach actions about if you're old to spend some time around younger people, and you'll notice how I'll go into that kind of vernacular where like a one syllable word suddenly has 2 or 3 syllables to it, like please. That's from hanging out with people that are like now in their 30s and 40s, but 20 years ago and they were in their 20s and everything like no was Noah. And whatever. Or talk to the hand because the ears aren't listening. Talk to the rear because the hand ain't listening. All right, now, dang it. Quit. Y'all quit getting me distracted. I'm not looking at a single one of you till we go down this piece of paper I've got. I'm ignoring you. From this moment, mods are in charge of you. And if you think I'm hard to deal with, especially that Shay Safe Place, shit fire safe matches, Shay Safe Place will come at you with a bullwhip in another chat room. Okay, stop it. Your daughter just gave you the side eye, see? Spanking. All right. Of course, we're still working on, from a journalist point of view, because that's where I come from. As a reminder, who, what, where, when, why, how. Those are the 6 answers for basics you need to flesh out a story. Law enforcement asks the same questions, but they have a different goal. I am obviously particularly drawn to, and not to make light of Summer's case, but I am particularly drawn to cases that include mystery, intrigue, an element of perhaps unsolvability. Like, how do we dig till we get to the bottom of this? Like a whistleblower. Law enforcement's goal is to get the facts, get the truth, get to the bottom of it, and bring somebody to justice. That's not our goal. That's law enforcement's goal. But we can, as much as we want to, responsibly dig and dig and dig, not into nonsense, ludicrous, ridiculous rabbit holes that require tinfoil hats and screwdrivers because there are so many loose screws on the machine. But based on, as far as we can know as the public, and as onlookers, as bystanders, as interested ones, and mostly those of us who truly love a little girl we've never met and likely never will, can we find anything that will help law enforcement? Okay. The first thing that was written down at the top of my page here was, of course, the date, June the 15th of 2021. And beside that, what was written was Donald Wells, 6:30 to 7 a.m. Now, why did Miss Susan write that time down? Because in an interview, Don was asked, I'm not quoting, I'm paraphrasing, the last time you saw Summer. The last time you saw Summer. I have a friend who lives in Nigeria, and he doesn't know that I'm live right now, and he is instant messaging me. Let me get that little circle thing off my screen. It's over your chat. Love you, hillbilly heart. Level-headed thinking woman. You know one thing I like? Hi, GSD. I'm digressing for a moment, but I just noticed hillbilly heart. I was going to do it today, hillbilly heart, hoping you'd show up. I loved it. What was it, last week? And you did your fingernails and did a live at the same time. Look, hillbilly heart, look. I thought, I'm going to do like hillbilly. And if she comes in, I'm going to poke fun at her. I'm going to paint my nail. I'm going to do my nails while I'm doing a live. And then I thought, no, the way I have to reach up and touch this telephone screen, if I got this, because it's like gel, if I got this on the screen of this phone, it'd be Katie bar the door. What would I do? All right. Why did Miss Susan write down 6:30 to 7 a.m. dawn on June the 15th, 2021? Why did I write that down? What have we seen? What have y'all seen? Do you remember the interview? Did you see an interview where Don was asked about the last time, yes, coffee, crayons, and crime? Don couldn't remember, like all the principals in this unfortunate story, do not seem to ever know. Cuss trigger warning, cuss a lot. Nobody in this saga of Summer's disappearance ever seems to fucking know what time anything happens. But in that interview, when asked to narrow down, Don woke up about 6:30 to 7 a.m. Hence I wrote down Dawn, 6:30 to 7 a.m. Woke up and had to move according to Dawn. Okay, now we're going from, well, actually everything today is going to be hearsay, or almost everything. I think y'all have come to a place that I don't have to constantly say, but I'll try to remind us. He said, she said, because y'all, after almost 7 months, because after tomorrow it's 7 months since Summer went missing. And he said, she said, and it gets a little bit tiresome and gets the tongue a little bit what the fuck once in a while. Okay. Don said he woke up 6:30, 7-ish, and he had to move Summer's foot off of him, which makes sense. Little kid throws their leg over you, and that makes sense. And he covered her up. I don't know what time he had to be at work, his normal work schedule. We've heard different stuff about his work schedule that day. So let's go with generally speaking. Generally speaking, a drywall finisher up here in my neck of the woods in the Arkansas Ozarks, which may be different. But up here, the drywallers are on the job site if it's in a non-restricted area at 7 a.m. If they are in a gated community or a subdivision with covenants, which subdivision, that was redundant. Evidently they have covenants or it wouldn't be a fucking subdivision. Sorry about the redundancy there, but then it's 8 a.m. And so, Don, now, look, my husband, Bob, has to be at work at 7 o'clock at the lumberyard. And we live probably less than 10 minutes. Even if he has to stop at the one of 3 stoplights in the whole town. Okay, Renegade Patriots saying 7 to 8 a.m. So the same. And we have a reliable source in Renegade Patriot. Okay, in North Carolina, it's about the same thing. If you're out in the country, you might start at daylight. If you're out on somebody's private, out on the farm or something. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Because Don was working in the meadows. So it has been said that at the meadows they had certain restrictions, and that those restrictions were, now let's remember, it's been said. I'm not confirming this because I haven't confirmed it. But that they couldn't start work until 8 and they had to be out of there by 5. That's my understanding. So, from 110 Ben Hill Road, back to Bob getting ready for work. Bob gets up usually like 6:15, and at 6:35 to 6:40, he is fully dressed properly to be working in a lumber yard, operating a forklift and a skid and blah, blah, blah. Probably stopped up at the Exxon to grab him a pack of Pall Malls and maybe top off the tank in the old 94 Ford XLT, and because it eats some gas. And then he is at work before 7 o'clock. Okay, so my point with that is guys that work these kind of jobs are a little bit different breed. Now we're speaking in broad, general, sweeping terms. They're a little bit different breed when it comes to getting up in the morning and hitting the road. Most of them that I have known, not that I've known hordes, but most of them I have known, they are up, sorry, incoming call. They're up and at 'em. Bob drinks his coffee once he gets to the lumber yard because the watchman, the gate man, where they go to clock in and all of that, and his little, he's not a security guy, but it's like a security booth. And then right there, they've got coffee. They've got it going. He's there before the guys get there at 7 o'clock. And the women, too. Women, there's plenty of women working that lumber yard, too. Okay, so here's the point. Easily, Don leaves the house at 7 o'clock. Let's say, since he said 6:30 to 7, so he gets up at 6:30. By 7 o'clock, he has moved Summer's foot, gotten up off the mattress, off of the floor, covered her up. He didn't say anything about covering Candace up, so maybe Candace wasn't in the bed. That's not what today's discussion is about, and none of us would know the answer to that anyway, so we're not going to discuss that. At 7 o'clock, he's out the door. He can't remember if he stopped somewhere for breakfast. He can't remember if he stopped and got gas. He can't remember if he stopped and got cigarettes on the way to the Meadows, which is 45 minutes away, give or take, and allowing time like my sweetie does to stop and do those things maybe if you need to on the way to work. He's there right on time. So now Don is at work. It's 8 o'clock. And as far as I am personally concerned at this point, up until later in the day, Dawn is completely out of the picture where Summer is concerned, in my opinion. Now here's where I get a question for y'all. And I went back and listened to this 3 times last night after having listened to it the first time. Chris McDonough of the Interview Room, and mods, if we have a link, please, for the Interview Room, Chris McDonough, for whom I have immense respect and admiration, when they're at the swimming hole. Because we all know, hope y'all don't mind me doing this, it's just kind of comfortable while I'm thinking. We have heard over and over and over and over again in one form or another about being at the hospital and 8 o'clock. Now you notice I paused. Being at the hospital and 8 o'clock. Now, so when Chris is interviewing Candace Bly at Warriors Path State Park at the swimming hole, I'm trying to count up because I don't like to lie to you and to misrepresent myself. I'm pretty sure I've watched it 7 times, and 3 of those times were back up and rewind last night over and over. And I want to see if y'all can help me clarify something that I don't understand. Because of vernaculars and colloquialisms. Oop, I dropped my note. manners of speaking, figures of speech. We say things different way. As in, I might say, Jane took me to the store. But my Aunt Lena would say, Jane carried me to the store. Just a different in colloquialisms, generation. Y'all get it, right? Okay. This is a direct quote from Candace Bly speaking to Chris McDonough on the interview room in the interview at Warriors Path State Park at the swimming hole. Quote, I know I went to the hospital at 8. End quote. I know I went to the hospital at 8. All along, I have assumed that the appointment and, not, erase the word Z, wrong article. For 6.5 months, I have assumed an appointment. Now, I'm not looking at chat yet. Let me finish my thought. I have perhaps wrongly assumed an appointment was made at 8 o'clock at the hospital, at the ER, which I know it's all, they always say ER, and who makes appointments at the ER, because that would kind of defeat the purpose of an ER. But here at our local hospital, they're all kind of, Bob had his swallow tests, his EKG, everything Bob had following his strokes was right there in the wing at the same hospital where right here is the emergency room. So I don't know, but was there an appointment at the hospital for Candace Harrer at 8 o'clock? Or when Candace says, I know I went to the hospital at 8 o'clock, does Candace mean she left 110 Ben Hill Road at 8 o'clock? Does she mean she arrived at the hospital at 8 o'clock? Or does she mean, I know I was on the road to the hospital at 8 o'clock? Or does she mean, and why is it, I know I went to the hospital at 8 o'clock? Why didn't she say, I know we went to the hospital at 8 o'clock? Just setting aside, because we're working when, and so there's a rabbit hole. Sorry, I did a rabbit hole, onions, with the pronouns. What did she mean by went to the hospital at 8 o'clock? What do y'all think she meant? Did she mean she left the house at 8, she was on the road at 8, she arrived at the hospital at 8, or the appointment was at 8, or what? Now I'm looking at chat. Okay, Linda says she thinks it's the way Candace talks. See, now, easily. That's why I wanted to give you the example of the difference in took her to the store and carried her to the store. Okay, Becky says left the house at 8. Loose Lips thinks she left the house at 8. Which would make more sense, wouldn't y'all agree? Because if Summer was still asleep at 7, okay, Billy Hart thinks they arrived at 8. Kim thinks it's just the way Candace talks and doesn't pay attention to time. But 8 o'clock is significant to Candace, isn't it? GSD is saying she left at 8. Um, Emma, Emma, we're not talking about speech, we're talking about timekeeping. But I agree. Stop it. All right. You don't have to announce it. You can just leave. Chitty chitty bang bang bye bye. As is so commonly said on other channels in a live chat, this is not an airport. There's no need to announce your departure. All right. So we honestly, it boils down to, we don't know, but if the baby was still asleep at 7 when Dawn left, it would take a little while to dress her, to wake her, to hopefully feed her. We don't know if she and her brothers had breakfast. I'd like to think she did. Get her dressed. If it was here, she would have brushed her teeth, but we know from the decaying teeth that likely didn't happen. And then how far to the hospital from 110 Ben Hill Road, so. But for some reason, it's very important to Candace that we know 8 o'clock is connected with the hospital because of the way she verbally expressed herself, the emphasis she put on, I know. I went to the hospital at 8. Okay. The matter of the pronoun use is another issue. Here again, it may merely be a difference in the way people express themselves. I'm kind of particular about words, especially proper nouns, nouns, and pronouns. And the more people that are involved in a situation, the more important those things become, because he and she can very easily become confused when you start combining pronouns in your speech or in your written language. It can convolute the story. So it just kind of throws me off with, I know I went. It could just be how she talks, or she's saying that she was the only one. But what I've always assumed is she gets the baby up, she gets the baby ready, she and Grandis and the baby get into Grandis's truck. They go to the hospital. They're sitting in the parking lot. The communication is made with Hunter. She goes and picks up Hunter, and then the rest of the day ensues to where we do not have another time until 1:33 p.m. Thank you, baby, for the information on the radiology department opening at 6:30. Okay, the only other, and why is 1:33 p.m.? Why would that be significant, and why would I consider it reliable? Walgreens, picking up prescription, at the drive-through, Chris McDonough, the interview room. Full stop. We have a sketchy time in between 10:30 to 11 a.m. is maybe when Candace Bly drove to Allie's house and picked up Hunter, according to Hunter and Allie. Maybe 10:30 to 11. I'm not a.m. I'm not really going to go off into that because I don't know how reliable it is. I don't know how reliable any of these times are, except 1:33 and another time that's in the main column. Hi, Sammy C. Whether you agree or disagree with me is not only beside the point. It doesn't affect, effect, not affect. It doesn't affect my trust in Chris McDonough of the interview room. Because if there is one person in the entire melee of the YouTube carnival 3-ring shit show that has become the sad story behind the disappearance of Summer Moon Utah Wells. If there's one person who's not going to do anything, especially on purpose, to fuck thing, it's Chris McDonough. So nothing anybody says about Chris is going to change my opinion about him because of his background, his track record, who he is, where he's been, what he's done, and who he fucking knows. And furthermore, who trusts him. And I don't mean YouTubers. I don't mean me. I don't mean you. I mean other law enforcement. So if Chris McDonough tells me that at 1:33 p.m. they were at Walgreens to pick up a prescription, and you notice I say a prescription. I'm not going to allude to what the prescription was. You know why? Because none of us know. The people who know what the prescription was is the physician who issued it, the pharmacist that filled it, the cashier that took the funds to pay for it or the insurance card for it, and the person to whom the prescription was issued. And law enforcement. That's who know what the script was for. Now, do I have all kinds of ideas and theories, rabbit hole, about what that script might likely have been? Sure as fuck do. Do I know what it was? No, I don't. And if you don't know what it was, not talking to my chat, I'm talking to anybody that watches this video at any time. You don't know what that script was for. So let's get clear on that. We can discuss what we think it might have been, not today, because that's not what we're talking about. But we do know they picked it up at 1:33. What's another of the sketchy times on June the 15th? Now, when I say sketchy time, I've kind of set it out here because, do we know? Sometime between 4:30 and 4:42 p.m. on June the 15th of 2021, Jody Sue Brown says that she and her daughter and her son heard a scream. She bases that time frame on communication she was having with her old man, Andy. Ronnie Lawson, the sheriff of the Hawkins County, Tennessee, says that that scream is not credible. Well, I don't know that Ronnie Lawson is credible based on his past performance. So I'm not going to discount Jody Sue's and her son and her daughter's report. The only reason I on it is because they're saying what the scream sounded like. Human, not the kids playing. Animalistic, muffled. Those are all adjectives, descriptive adjectives. And all three of them mean something distinctly different. Completely different rabbit hole. About that today. But I've got 4:30 to 4:42 p.m. on the notebook. Next credible time. Solid time, fact time. 6:26 p.m. A 911 call is made to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department from a woman named Candace Bly, saying she cannot find her daughter. Now, we don't know exactly what she said because none of us have heard the 911 calls. We've heard the 911 dispatch. According to the dispatch, the mother says she went for a walk. She was gone about 10 minutes. In another report, the mother went for a run. The mother said she went for a walk. The mother said she spent 2 minutes adjusting a knee brace. The mother said she spent 5 minutes adjusting a knee brace. The mother said she spent maybe 10 minutes adjusting the knee brace. Who am I going to believe? I personally choose the dispatcher. I believe the dispatcher was repeating probably almost exactly word for word what she was told by the caller. I don't necessarily believe what the caller said. Got one more win on June the 15th. Because I don't know what time Donald Wells called. Maybe y'all have heard what time the other 911 call came in. When he called 911 and was transferred to the Hawkins County 911. From what, Sullivan County? I think. So there were 2 911 calls, but we know that one of the times was 6:26 p.m. One more time. 7 p.m. According to law enforcement, in more than one early report I have read, heard, someone saw Summer Moon Utah Wells walking down the road near her home at 110 Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community near Rogersville, Tennessee, around 7 p.m. I got nothing else to say about that. Other than I don't know what to make of it. Don thought he'd lie, you know. Did Don go to lunch at regular time, or did he go to lunch from 3 to 3:30? Did Don work late? Was he going to work late? Did he come up? So, I'm getting to where I want a cigarette and a hit off that weed pipe sitting over there. When my head wants to spin, I go back to the thing I tried to remind myself and all of you. TBI and FBI know things we do not know. And if anybody involved in the disappearance of Summer Wells thinks that law enforcement gets confused like me and you with this, I think they're wrong, because I believe in the thin blue line of law enforcement, and I trust in their training, ability, and practical experience, as well as knowledge they have that we don't, that takes this right here, cussing trigger warning. Plug your ears. If you got kids in the room, put your earbuds in, or don't, because here we go. Don Wells, Candace Bly, Candace Harrer, Hunter, Allie, Jody, Sue, and Andy. Every one of you motherfuckers on Ben Hill Road. I'm not talking to the nice people on Ben Hill Road. There's surely got to be a few. But every one of you conniving, scheming, for whatever reason, for whatever hidden agenda, for whatever manipulative purpose, for whatever. If you motherfuckers think for 1 minute that TBI and FBI, unlike me and my viewers, can't fill in all of this, you are fucking wrong. And the fucking clock Candace Bly, Candace Harrer, Donald Wells, Jody Sue, Andy, Frank, Fred, Tony, Ronnie Lawson. That's the imitation of a clock ticking. And every one of you motherfuckers better rest assured that when the time is right, either a grand jury will be convened or affidavits will be submitted and they will be signed and arrest warrants will be issued for whoever is on that long list of names, including Mr. and Mrs. Unknown. And your ass will be in a sling, and law enforcement will, in a timely fashion, at an unknown time, will count the countdown when they choose for the clock to begin ticking and click the matching silver bracelets on your fucking skanky wrists. Whoever you are, for whatever you have done. It may be today, it may be tomorrow, it might be next year, it might be 20 years from now. And me dead and gone, and never the satisfaction of knowing the who. But your asses will go down for whatever, whoever you are, did whatever you did to Summer Moon Utah Wells. And if you are a motorist, and a baby girl ran out into the road, you hit her and you panicked and you put her in your vehicle and you're scared of what will happen to you if law enforcement knows. I've talked to TBI about it. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying that's what might have happened. And what if a motorist going down the road just got off work, like, I don't know, trimming trees? Was ready to get the fuck out of there. Go get him a cold brew. Go smoke him a joint. Go hit him a meth pipe. Go grab him a needle. Or maybe just a really decent, normal human being caught unawares. We've been on here too long for me to start on what else I wanted to bring up today. Time gets away from us, doesn't it? You know, Candace says, time gets away from you. Most of us say, I've always heard, time gets away from you when you're having fun. Candace puts it. Candace, quote, time gets away from you when you're trying to enjoy yourself. End quote. Never heard anybody put it that way. I don't know what that, I mean, I know what it means, but what does she mean? Anybody that's interested in the Daniel Robinson disappearance out in Buckeye, Arizona? John QQ's channel. Beautiful man, John QQ. He's working Daniel Robinson. I missed his live stream yesterday because I was live when he went live. But I've been doing my best to keep up with it. Now, I'm not talking about leaving Summer aside. We will never leave Summer aside. But Mr. David Robinson, Daniel Robinson's father, is the right kind of father. He has relocated from, I believe, South Carolina. Didn't give up his home there. He relocated to Arizona to go and look for his son, who is 24 years old, or was. Hang on. All right, Daniel Robinson went missing on June the 23rd of 2021. And his daddy's name is David. And John QQ has been working this, and Shay's Safe Place is doing, as I understand it, some deep background research on this. Now, y'all babies, you're not old like me, most of you. So the name I'm about to say will be meaningless to you unless you go Google it. Karen Silkwood. I don't know why, but this baby's case, this young man, a geologist, working for New Matrix World, been working for him for 3 years, was out in Buckeye, Arizona, about 9 o'clock in the morning on June the 23rd. He was out on a job site. And I'm not going to do deep dives on this, babies, like we try to do as best as we can on Summer, because John QQ is the one that's got the bird's eye lowdown on this caper. not to minimize it. But yeah, y'all go Google Karen Silkwood. And then go look at what John QQ has done on young Daniel Robinson. And come back and tell me, do I need to put my tinfoil hat on? Am I... But you can see, I've got detailed notes, boxes, and different stuff. And y'all can hashtag find Daniel Robinson. 24 years old, African-American young man. He is missing. He was born without his arm from about here down. He's missing his right hand. He's a geologist. Bright, handsome. And some of the, cuss trigger warning, some of the most bizarre motherfucking disappearance circumstances I have ever heard of in my life. Okay, there's two things on this note I'm going to save. Y'all, what I do is I've always got me a little backup note. Hi, Rosemary Time. In case I fumble the ball on what I'm talking about, or maybe the subject matter doesn't fill a decent amount of time to justify a live, or maybe in chat, maybe I'm getting fucking boring, which I'm sure when I drone on and on, I do. But here's the nice thing. You have a little thing on your laptop, your phone, your desktop, your tablet, or your smart TV that it's real easy. You change the channel. That's all you do. It's real easy. But I always keep a couple of things just in case. But we're going to run too long today for me to tell you the stories behind what I call pie-in-the-face revenge. It's funny. And something I've brought up time after time, my first lie. At the age of 4, which created a domestic violence situation between my older brother and sister in my house. If you hear sirens, babies, don't be concerned. It's noon on Wednesday in Heber Springs, Arkansas, and that's when, okay, you hearing the buzzing on my phone? They're testing the tornado warning system. So no worries. It's only a test. If this were a real emergency, you would be advised. So, well, we lost a bunch of viewers on that. We dropped down about 20 or 30 in the live chat. I guess they got all the screenshots they needed. See, now we're back down to like our regular number. Y'all, do they think I'm just that fucking stupid? Now, if you're a creator, you know that even though I'm sitting here on just this little cheap Android, and I have only the basics, right? I can't even come into the chat. I can't drop links on my own live. I don't have the options. The functions are not here. But you know that I can look up here, and what I look at is I see live, 1:35:21, now 22:23, telling me how long I've been live. And I have a counter that tells me how many are in live chat, not how many are watching. I don't have that function. I only have how many are in live chat and how many likes I've got. which thank y'all, because y'all keep, in my analytics, in my YouTube studio, you keep them analytics looking real nice. The ratio, because, darlings, listen, let's use some common sense here. Not dissing, I just want y'all to think about something. Next time you go to a channel that you watch regularly, look and see how many subs they have. And look and see how many views the video has. If you want to, you can look at the ratio between views and likes. The thing is you don't know how many dislikes they got, so you don't really have the proper equation to get what's the ratio on that. Only the creator knows that. So just look at how many subs have they got and how many people actually watch them. Now, as of now, well, I can't, not now. What's today? Wednesday. It's on Sunday. It's, generally speaking, it's on Sunday that I take some downtime and I take the time to go look and glance at analytics for my channel. So it would have been 3 days ago. I had 3,170 subscribers. And generally speaking, I get, once it's all said and done, because you're going to get most of your views in the first 2 days. Even on a live, you're not necessarily going to get the most views while you're live, depending on what time of day you go live. Because you got viewers all around the world. Well, there's some people sleeping right now. They're going to watch it later. Y'all know how this works. So, if you look at mine, just like when you are just looking at, you know, when my channel, you're looking at, Liplock uploaded something, and then you go over and here's the subs, and here's how many people have, how many views it's had. I stay pretty well in the about 1/3 of the subs view. And of course, the views aren't necessarily the subs, because the views are people who don't sub too, right? So that's a good ratio. Now, I'm not breaking my arm, patting myself on the back here. This applies to any channel in any genre on YouTube. I don't care what the genre, I don't care the creator, the content, I don't care. I'm just saying, if it's a channel you watch, okay. So if I have, let's just round the numbers, 3,000 subs and 1,000 views, that's pretty good. That's pretty dang good. What if I had 37,000 subs? And 3,500 views? What's the difference? I don't know. I don't know. I like my ratio really well. And you know who's responsible for the ratio? Not me. Y'all are. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Y'all, I'm trying to make it through an entire live without smoking. I don't know if I'm going to make it. You know how I like to leave you. with something, something. Copyright Fair Use Clause, Section 107, 1976. For commentary, education, teaching, parody, satire, and in this case maybe just critical, I don't know, because I like it. Copywritten 1946, Getting the Most Out of Life. This is some condensed stuff from Reader's Digest, which is something y'all may have no idea what Reader's Digest was, or maybe it still is. This is in a chapter titled Children Can Be Taught Life. And the story is Strategy for Justice. My brother and I always came home from school hungry. One day, when we asked for food, Mother set a small cake before us on the kitchen table. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I had to burp. Placing a knife beside the cake, she said, "One of you divide it. The other has first choice." My brother was quicker than I, and he started to cut the cake in unequal pieces. Suddenly he stopped, looked at Mother, and then at me. Then he cut the cake in exact and stood back for me to help myself. From then on, whatever there was to be shared, pie, cake, bread, and butter, was divided in the same way. It taught us lasting respect for the other fellow's rights. Written by Jessamine Perret Knight. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and the daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but they are not from you. And though they are with you, they belong not to you. You can give them your love, but not your thoughts. They have their own thoughts. They have their own thoughts. You can house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in a place called tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You can strive to be like them, but you cannot make them just like you. Strive to be like them, but you cannot make them just like you, 'cause your children are not your children. They are the sons and the daughters of a life longing for itself, and they come through you, but they are not from you. And though they are with you, they belong not to you. You can give them your love, but not your thoughts. They have their own thoughts. They have their own thoughts. And you can house their bodies, but not their souls. For their souls dwell in a place of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You can strive to be like them, but you cannot make them just like you. I love you, baby dolls. We've got through who, what, where, when. I don't know if we'll ever figure out why. And I don't know if I want to know how. But we know that Summer Moon Utah Wells went missing from her home at 110 Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community near Rogersville, Tennessee, sometime in the late afternoon of June the 15th, 2021. At the time, she weighed approximately 40 pounds. Summer was approximately 3 feet tall. She is a Scandinavian blonde with blue eyes. I ask you to please Google, because I don't have the technology to share with you. If you have not seen pictures of Summer Moon Utah Wells, please Google her name. Hundreds of them, I guarantee you, will pop up. The ones where her head has been shaved are the newest. And if you have any credible information regarding her disappearance, her whereabouts, please call 1-800-TBI find, with only credible tips. Please do not bog down their line or take their time with nonsense. Because like me and my viewers and hundreds of thousands of people around the world, all TBI and FBI wants is to find the baby. Rescue her if she is alive. Recover her remains if she is not. 1-800-TBI find. I love you, baby dolls. And I will see you on the flip flop. I love you.